Hello, I'm Caitlin Glenn.
And I'm Catherine O'Shea. Welcome to Campus Update.
If you're hoping to go to community college, take the SOAR placement test. There's one last SOAR test on April 18th here at Huntington in the Student and Career Centers. So if you haven't signed up, make sure you go down to the Career Center as soon as you can.
Campus Update was at the premiere of the greatly anticipated Hunger Games. Here's a recap of what the fans thought of the film.
This past weekend, The Hunger Games premiered and was immediately a box office hit. Due to all the hype from the books, this caused people to form very strong opinions about the characters. Here are some interviews with some die-hard Hunger Games fans.
So Hunger Games is a way of life, you know? I mean, ever since I became part of District 9 on Facebook and made that my Facebook profile picture, I just couldn't live any other way.
It's finally a time to really come together with people that are finally like us.
Yeah, finally like us.
I'm in my life here.
Yeah.
Which team are you?
Team Peter, girl. You know how I do. Gotta get me some Baker's son.
Team Peter! Are you guys Team Peter or Team Gail?
Team Gail all the way. Team Gail. Gail's better. What is wrong with you?
Recently, author Temple Grandin came to our very own campus to speak about her books, different ways of thinking, and her own struggle with autism. Grandin is a doctor of animal science, professor at Colorado State University, best-selling author and consultant to the livestock industry. Temple talked about living with autism and many different ways people think, and how to use autism to your advantage instead of looking at it as a disadvantage. To learn more about Temple Grandin, you can visit her website at www.templegrandin.com.
Sport history is being made at Huntington Beach High School. HBHS will have a JV team for the upcoming Anaheim Ducks Ice Hockey High School Spring League. It's not too late to be a part of the fall season. Open skate clinics will start in a few weeks and final tryouts will be at the end of May. For more information on the team, visit AnaheimIce.com.
Here's Zach with the Game of the Week.
Game of the Week. Hi, I'm Zach Catlock here. This week's Game of the Week. Boys and girls swim. Let's check it out and see how they do. After a long day of breaststrokes, backstrokes, and butterflies, a couple of swimmers stood out more than the others. Sierra Dreesen and Brianna Salazar finished second and third in the 50 free. Noah Harrison finished first in the 100 back and 100 fly. And lastly, Colin Coker finished first in the 500 meter. And now, here's Riley Rodriguez with the sports update.
Boys golf beat La Salle with a score of 204 to 184. The boys volleyball team beat Edison, winning all 3 matches. Grant Hazley had 13 digs and Matt Butler had 29 assists. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Listen up, juniors. Samuel Brill has some important information regarding college next year.
When it's time to apply for college, it is difficult to be accepted into the college of your choice. But this year, for the high school class of 2013, it'll be even more difficult to be accepted into a Cal State college.
Okay, well, remembering that there are lots of colleges in the country, I don't want people to be panicked about this. There are 2,200 four-year schools in the country, but the 23 campuses of the Cal State system have just announced that for fall of 2013, all candidates will be placed on a wait list. This is because of the budget situation. Hopefully the budget's going to look better in the fall, but right now they're not sure how much money they'll have, so they're not sure how many students they'll be able to admit. Students will apply just as they always would by November 30th. But they will be placed on wait lists, and it will be more competitive than it's been before. So I'm encouraging all students to think beyond the Cal States and the UCs and the community colleges so that they're looking at schools that are not dependent on the California state budget. Look at out-of-state schools by Googling WUE, W-U-E. That's the Western Undergraduate Exchange. You'll see a lot of out-of-state tuition reductions for good students, so keep your grades up so that you will qualify. Think about attending the college fair in April. It's April 22nd. It's going to be at the Anaheim Convention Center. Be about 300 schools there. You'll maybe get some ideas outside of our public universities in California.
I really don't like the fact that they're cutting down on the school budgets as first thing to do. So I'm not for it. I think it's a little messed up.
We need to start looking at other options, since even if we do get in, the chances of getting the classes that you want are basically near to impossible.
I think that what the Cal States are doing is sort of unfair to my generation. And a bunch of kids in my grade work really hard to get in the position they are right now. And I feel it's like a slap in the face for them.
So even though the CSU might not be a route that's available anymore, I think there's a lot of other options people can look at. And I think we just need to kind of keep an open mind when we're dealing with situations like this.
Even though it's more difficult to be accepted, juniors keep working hard and start thinking of other possible colleges, such as private or out of state. I'm Sammy Briel. Back to you in the studio.
As many of you know, the UC and Cal State universities are in serious financial trouble. Due to the California budget crisis, all four-year public universities are limiting their number of incoming students. The CSU system will be waitlisting all fall 2013 applicants, pending the results of the November ballot initiatives. As a result, community colleges are struggling with over-enrollment and students are beginning to look out of state in private schools.
Plan on going to a tier college? Well, get ready for a surprise. Some, like Santa Monica City College, are planning on creating a two-tiered price plan, according to the New York Times. If this plan that is being tried out by Santa Monica works, some classes that are in most demand, such as math, English, science, and writing, will increase. Scholarships will be offered to some students to make this plan a little more attractive. Start saving, Oilers.
By now, all colleges have sent out their acceptance letters and seniors are making their final decisions. Here's Danielle Mesa asking seniors around campus about their future college plans.
This time of the year, students are getting their college acceptance letters back. I'm Danielle Mesa here interviewing students where they got accepted to and where they're going.
I've gotten into Cal State Long Beach. I got waitlisted Dunn Chapman, I got into Whittier, I got into Iona, and I got into St. Francis.
Recently I was accepted to Hofstra University in New York, the Royal Scottish Conservatory in Scotland, and then the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts.
Got accepted to a school in New York. I got accepted to a few state schools, and I think that's it.
So far I've been accepted to Cal State Long Beach, Sacramento State, and the University of Pacific.
I've been accepted to UC Irvine, UC San Diego, UC Davis, UC Santa Barbara, a couple more UCs, and University of Minnesota. I've been accepted to San Diego State, San Francisco State, Sonoma State, San Jose, and San Marcos.
I will be going to possibly to St. Francis.
Most likely Hofstra University in the fall, so majoring in theater and dance.
St. John's University.
I have no idea yet. I'm just all up in the air, so I'll try to decide that.
UC Irvine. I'm going to San Diego State! Woo! I'm Danielle Mesa. Back to you guys in the studio.
AP Environmental Science is a class that teaches students how to use science in the real world. Our very own Mr. Gardner, with the help of his students, have been doing a science project that involves raising white sea bass. Let's see how those sea bass are coming along.
We started out with 40 fish, and right now we have currently 37. Of those 3 fish that I had to put down, those 3 fish had like lesions on them or growths. They could have been cancerous growths, but at this point, the fish are doing very well. They're progressing and gaining body mass, and so things are really progressing well. We've made some modifications and changes to the tank system to increase another biofiltration tank in there, and we're also having students monitor the tank chemistry as well as they come in and they do maintenance on the system. We're also learning, the students are learning how to feed the animals so that they can see the growth of the fish itself in terms of body mass. In doing so, it's really exciting for the students to really kind of getting a more hands-on opportunity. Greatest difficulty has been trying to get tank balance, but now with adding on the microfiltration, additionally, it's really helped with getting the tank in balance to ensure the safety of the fish. We will eventually release the fish out into the wild in June once we've raised them.
Are you in a new relationship? Here's Brett and David with a few tips on what to look out for.
Welcome to Date Night Duo. I'm Brett Urabi.
And I'm David Harris. And this week, we are going to be discussing the honeymoon stage. The honeymoon stage is the stage at the beginning of the relationship where both sides of the relationship put up a fake front, a representative of themselves to impress the other person.
And about 2 to 3 months later, you figure out who this real person is, and you're no longer down for the situation that's going on. Here are a few people who have experienced the honeymoon stage themselves.
When I first started dating my boyfriend, David, everything was great, and then I figured out who he really was, and then I just wasn't down for it anymore.
I don't like how people don't show who they really are when you first meet them, and you really have to get to know them before you actually know who they are.
Now, first when you start dating girls, you always want to be with them. They're like a drug that you need. You have to have it. And then after a while, I mean, you know.
These are just a few examples of what some people have experienced.
Now that you are aware of what the honeymoon stage is, you can go out and experience it for yourself.
But remember, be desireless,
be excellent,
and be gone.
Here's Mariana with this week's Facebook challenge.
Let's go surprise last week's Facebook Challenge winner. Hello. Is there a Luciana Martinez in here? Congratulations, you won last week's Facebook Challenge. But before you can get your shirt, can you answer this true or false question? So during the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is used by plants, algae, and cyanobacteria. True. Congratulations.
Every Easter, there are Easter egg hunts everywhere, but many children, even adults, have no clue where this tradition or the Easter bunny came from. According to German pagan times and religion, the goddess of spring, Eostra or Eostre, turned her pet bird into a bunny, therefore having it lay eggs once a year for the children to find and play. This tradition came to America through the Germans that immigrated to the U.S. and settled in Pennsylvania. Years later, and still today, there are Easter egg hunts.
Just a reminder, Oilers, Easter is this Sunday, so get your baskets ready and go to the annual Easter egg hunt in Central Park from 9:30 to 12 p.m.
There will be live entertainment and plenty of goodies, so bring your whole family.
And remember to have a fun and safe spring break next week. School will reconvene April 16th, and until next time, I'm Catherine O'Shea.
And I'm Caitlin Glenn.
Thanks for watching Campus Update.